Hello.
Nessa comunhão, bombo marca, sampoil na music time. Tahu nak tinggal gram gram nu kamu tadi lawai tu ni sim kira lawai je apa pula. Kau tak apa. Jadi dalam guna kahati kau masuk mereka. Sinang sahut kadai guna. Alo kau tisan cuma tu. Hello. Oh, may di siya Washington. Yeah, ada just Jamshid.
Domates zaten.
Yeah.
Tanrı.
into the Changmitong Stadium for BOB Bhutan Women's National League 2026. Today's match we have is between PARO FC Women versus GELEPHU Girls Academy Under 20. Let us welcome the teams of PARO FC Women and GELEPHU Girls Academy Under 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome to now one more day away from closing the match days here in the BOB Women's National League Tier 3 of 2026. And right now, nearing 2 o'clock here at Bhutan underneath the sunny skies here at Changlemetang. An intense battleground as PARO Women's FC in yellow and GELEPHU Girls Academy Under 20 in pink arrived now on the field. Only the national anthem separating us from 90 minutes of bizarre action. But before it all begins, this is your commentator Gintesh Tochi. Thank you for your time. Thank you for tuning in. See you guys after the national anthem.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to, please rise for the national anthem.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, Kuzangpo, and welcome here at Changlemetang, yet another match day, 43 to be fair, for the BOB Bhutan Women's National League Tier 3 2026. Every team right now nearing the end of their run. The last matches for the teams here as well. PARO right now 6th place, 10 points to their name. GELEPHU Academy Under 24th right now, but only 12. So the chance to overtake each other and for the chance for PARO to get a much more comfortable spot up in their promotion to Tier 1. But without further ado, a quick readout of the starting 11s for both sides. For PARO Women's FC, it is their Gambian goalkeeper Mary Gomez, number 1. Pemachokil Hamotri, Fatu Fati, the Gambian, 2. Sorilimbu and Renuka, 6 and 7. Wude Kolik, Gambian, 12. Halima Dahaba, yet another Gambian, 17. Sangye Dema, 19. Pemayurin, 23. Kari Jalo, who we already saw, number 30, another Gambian. And their top scorer, 67, Kezat Sering Wangmo, just recently coming off of a 2-goal victory against Sugan Academy. Both goals her own. We have Masura Pavin on the bench. And a new face today, Wude Kohli. Last time it was 4 Gambians. This time it is 5. Will be interesting to see what their full strength looks like. But facing off against them, coming off fresh against a 4-2 loss against Transport United. Ladies, it is Som Bumchu on goal for the GELEPHU Academy girls. Som Chorin there, captain at number 5. Susmita Suba number 4. Tinda Tsering Pelzum 6. Sangye Wangmo, their lone goal scorer. Had both of them versus Transport United. Sangye Wangmo number 7. Jimmy Chorin 8. Pemadeka 9. Tsering Ham 10. Chotin Zangmo 11. Tsering Ham 14. And Som Chorin 15. Head coaches for both teams. Gopal Rai for PARO. Head coach Tankamaya for GELEPHU Girls Academy FC. A quick rundown of the referees as well. It is Pasang, their main official, assisted by Kinda Chorin and Prem Kumari Sunwar. And Birman Limbu, the 4th official for today. And with that whistle, we are underway in action right now. GELEPHU Academy under 20, very promising along with their under 17 counterparts. But PARO, an early advantage somehow, able to find a footing in because it's sitting, just unable to get behind that ball. It will roll out for a throw for PARO Women's FC. We have already been introduced to 6 of their now 7 foreign signings. 2 from Nepal, the rest from Gambia. We do have Masura Pavin, who does come in off the bench, was a part of their run consistently as a starter in that centre-back position. But now with Fatu Fati and probably with the assistance of Uday Koli and Sangetema, without a doubt in that centre-back position, may look to reinvigorate PARO Women's FC's efforts going forward. GELEPHU Academy right now facing a lot of pressure, the sun not helping out. It is Renuka Nagarkote's first touches for this match. Up front, Saru Limbu, able to put enough pressure there, may not have been intentional, able to almost dribble it around past Sonam Pumchu. Not enough power on that kick there from Sonam Pumchu. Possession ends up with PARO Women's FC. No surprise there, their new goalkeeper. An absolutely towering presence. Pretty sure there isn't anyone taller than her. Mary Gomez, a rising star in the Gambian scene. Part of so many international call-ups. The recipient of so many accolades. Did have a shaky first start to their game. That first shot she faced in their last game was going through the goalkeeper. If it was on target, just lucky for her that her debut was without a scratch. Did keep it a clean sheet. Outside flag on the other end. GELEPHU Academy now with possession. Renuka right up front, putting that mental barrier in place. GELEPHU Academy, their efforts not really connecting proper, so it may end up with PARO Women's. Yes, it does. A heavy touch there. Try to keep it towards Kaz. It's hitting. Kaz, it's hitting. Putting enough pressure up front. Susmita Suba. Now back out. Tringhamo. Decent chance in if they can somehow get possession. But their captain, Pemachoki, does just well enough to be able to send it out. 3 minutes in. Both teams pretty fair in terms of sharing the ball. Still no clear advantage off of that one. PARO's defense doing fantastic enough. Also coming into this match, expected Uday Koli to be more of a force in that back line. Maybe in a defensive midfielder position, given what her resume speaks about her. But has been given the flexibility to operate up front right alongside Gezat Siringwangmo and the rest of her Gambian friends. We do have Halima Dahaba and Kari Jallo up front. Caddy operating more in that midfield position. There are the first touches for Uday Koli. Tried to send one up to Halima Dahaba. GELEPHU Academy doing well right now. Their positioning looking pretty decent. The only question with regards to these youngsters is with regards to their sustainability in form. Renuka. Uday Koli. Try to find Gezat Siring despite the setback. Will still be PARO's ball. Gezat Siring tries one in right down the middle. Som Bomcho. Sombumjo taking a couple of precious seconds off because they know the longer PARO FC women's keep on carrying out those waves of attacks against Sombumju, one will eventually fall in. That is simply the law of probability. Sange Chorten, a remarkable talent on that right wing for GELEPHU Academy. Very pacey, maybe lacking in stature, but doesn't really define her playstyle as she is able to find a teammate right down the middle, setting up Pema Dekar. Amazing build up to that opportunity. PARO FC women's defense simply crumbled those two defenders who bit on Chorten's miraculous rundown on that right. Just ended up finding a lot of space in the middle for Pema. PARO now on the other way, right inside the 6-yard box. No mistakes this time around. A clean angle, plenty of congestion there, but fought through it all nonetheless. Also, do apologize for the sound quality. We are looking to get that right back in track. But in the meanwhile, please do understand. So far, no clear advantages for GELEPHU Academy except for that one brilliant run on that right wing from Chorten. PARO women's on the other end, not really requiring that many mistakes to get themselves properly calibrated. Does end up working for GELEPHU Academy, however, as they are being given a lot of room. Puma. PARO looking dangerous down on that left, taking that one-on-one. Pemachuki has a lot of help. Halima instead sends it off to Askari Jallo. Sompumchu able to get a hand on it, but that follow-up coming in hot from Renuka. Able to win possession back now inside. That's hitting. Of course, they there from Gomez. Much better usually. This time around, that mismatch is they take a lot of communication, right? Does have some gems and them will be tested at the end and Gomez able to find long good cross. Well, and back the same boom through. Girls Academy. Possession deep inside and quick convert anything. The concept is behind that. I only want that mistake and wins. But now PARO wasn't. So the position in midfield in the Galpa. Now with an Abba. PARO Women's. Again, still up by one, given that opener from Halima Dahaba. Still waiting on a couple of conversions from the rest of their newcomers. But right now, given the pace of the match, more likely GELEPHU Academy may be the one finding the next. Also, sound does seem like it is much better. So thank you for your patience. Not quite sure what was wrong with that one. Did try shaking things up a little bit. It seems like it's working now. But apologies for that nonetheless. Did not really miss much. Didn't really get to say much as well. As both teams enjoying a fair share of possession, go with both sides. PARO Women's, despite their caliber in their foreign signings, not quite able to fully shut GELEPHU Academy down. Pressure coming in from Hamu, just enough to send that ball the other way. Keza sitting flag, staying down, one-on-one opportunity. Keza sitting still. Tried to do a little bit too much. Ended up letting ball straight towards the keeper. That dribble up, gets it sitting down alongside Sonam Bumchu. Had a lot of options she could have taken. Ended up choosing the hardest possible path. But at least out of it, both players do seem to be up and okay. Decker. Hamo. Now up front. Sonam Chodin. Mary Gomez just able to pick it up right on time, send it out. Try to find a teammate with that one, but it will be GELEPHU Academy's throw. Chance up front, Gary Jallo. Tried to find Saru Limbu. Som Bumchu, solid read there from the GELEPHU goalkeeper. PARO Women's tightening that midfield area, but that shot able to test that centre backs. Those centre backs from PARO. Fati did well sending it right up front. Tried to set it up for Karma Tsering. Saru unable to find a connection. GELEPHU Academy doing well against the pressure coming in from PARO's forwards. Susmita. Mary Gomez. Long ball there from Mary Gomez. It is Susmita who ends up clipping that one. Now back out. Pressure coming in heavy. Keza Tsering able to get possession back off of that challenge from Uday Kohli. On the other end, Lima sent it right towards the goalkeeper. The second chance PARO Women's has wasted in an amazing one-on-one opportunity. More times often than not, you expect these players to be able to score from that sort of position. will not matter. Will not get much time to reflect on that one as yet another opportunity opens up. Keza Tsering! Well, GELEPHU Academy will at least be enjoying this mercy from the side of PARO Women's. So many decent chances just simply being thrown away. Kezan Tsering trying to find a teammate up front. It was their newest signing, Uday Kohli, not a part of the rest of the squad that was brought in just recently for their last match. So Smita Subal cleared off by Tringham. Also, just to clarify, there are a lot of Tringhamos and a lot of Sonam Chorins in the squad for GELEPHU Girls Academy. 2 of each, just to avoid any sort of confusion. It is their captain Somchorin number 5 and Somchorin all the way up front. And there is one Tringhamo up front and a Tringham down back in that defense line, as this time broken free, but the offside flag is up against the Tringhamo up front. And there is one Tringhamo up front and a Tringham down back in that defense line, as this time broken free, but Kezan Tsering fighting was strong. Double team came in, but now only one to beat. That turn will get her an outlet towards Sarulimbu. Still able to retain possession at least. Also not quite sure if we have had that before, but given the intensity of the sun, we do seem to have been granted the mercy of a hydration break for both sides. Coming off fresh off from the World Cup finals just yesterday, maybe early in the morning, does seem to have had some of their customs brought over here. Definitely must need it. Both teams had their energy levels dropping given the considerable amount of heat that was already absorbed by the turf here in Changlemetang from the afternoon sun. Also, while we take our sweet time coming back in, do let me know where you are watching the World Cup finals from. Maybe with your friends, maybe in the comfort of your own home, maybe here at Changlemetang, or maybe somewhere with a lot of people, somewhere with a lot of shared passion for the game of football. And also, do let me know where you are watching this match right now for. Later on, we do have yet another match for the Women's National League. No match for the BOB Bhutan Premier League in the men's division. It will only be tomorrow where we have Tsirang playing. Fatu Fati. Sangyadema, signed over from Transport United, has been an absolute monster this time around with her awakening in that centre-back position. had a decent chance up front in their Gambians, but the offside flag again denying Sangyadema. Signed over from Transport United advancement. Only one goal from the side of PARO Women's Awakening Academy under 20. Renuka. Over to the other side. Contested down the middle, the outlet. Towards GELEPHU Academy, but that final touch missing again as Keza sitting, trying to set up. Udekoli on her debut, making things electric. And PARO has their second. Udekoli, their newest Gambian, has found her debut goal inside the first half of her debut game. No offside confusions this time around. PARO Women's make it clean. No arguments. GELEPHU Academy will take their second. Tringhamo looking for advantage all the way on the opposing end of the ground. But despite that presence, it will be Mary Gomez. Sarulimbo, masterful dribbling, able to find the Gambian pair up front. Amazing series of passes, but Lima able to recover it somehow. Gary Jallo takes a stumble. GELEPHU Academy, no mercy, sends it right back out. But it is PARO Women's FC's possession. Pemuchoki, their captain. Now back to Fatu Fati. Also, to the fans who are tuning in and may not be aware of the situation right now, PARO Women's FC made a lot of new signings. 2 new Nepali players, Sarulimbu and Renuka Nagarkote, 6 and 7. We had 2 pairs of Gambians signed on in their last outing. It was the goalkeeper Mary Gomez, Fatu Fati, Halima Dahaba and Kari Jallo. This time we have 1 more Gambian added to the mix. It was the goal scorer, number 12, Udekoli. Maybe more coming, not quite sure. With promotion up to Tier 1 secured and in the back, maybe looking to solidify their ranks even further. For Timbu City, it was Manting Linde brought in. Not quite sure if Halali is saying for Timbu City Women's. Transport United, a lot of amazing signings for their side. And the chemistry looks solid as well. Samiksha out with injury, not quite sure how they'll replace that centre-back position that she was helping out alongside Pooja and Ganga. But back to the match at hand. Sangyadema so far doing amazing. Sends it right up front. Almost had an advantage through Udekoli. PARO FC doing an amazing job with their scouting this time around. The Gambians right now for the women's side had a shaky first game, but their full potential on display. Looked like the addition of Udekoli has simply brought that spark that the rest of their Gambians were missing in their last game. Even over in the men's division, it is Abduli Balde and Siddiqui Jawara that was brought in. Abduli already making a name for himself, but Siddiqui with that missile is sure to contend for goal of the season against maybe that knuckleball from Sencho, maybe that volley, left-footed volley from Ronit. But well, amazing Gambian talents here over in Bhutan. So good signs for our own growth. And only more to expect from these players going forward right now as PARO through Sarulimbo able to find Halima Dahaba on that wing. Now down the middle, helping out. Gary Jallo able to get a clean pass back out down the middle. Steadily helping out with Ekoli right down the middle, but stopped off. No clear advantage past that final line of defense, and now up front, Sangye Wangmo. Heavily contested in midfield. PARO able to find possession out. Pemayurin down the middle. Renuka getting Sangitema involved. Up front now, Kezat sitting. Sent off with a header before it could ever connect with PARO Women's top scorer Kezat sitting, but Sangitema now trying to switch it up down on that left, but the flag is up again. Chance denied for PARO Women's time and time again. 2 goals up, 33 minutes in. A bit more than 10 minutes remain. May want to sit on a much more comfortable gap than this one, because GELEPHU Academy under 20, if they catch fire, time and time again they have shown us that they can get goals within a short span of time, and multiple ones at that too. Solid drive up front, but Mary Gomez now involved. An amazing frame on the goalkeeper. Very rare to see that in the Women's National League. Except for Pema Youngzom, I do not believe many of our local players even touch 170 centimeters. But that will not matter. Sombumcho put to the test on the other end. Able to find a dribble through. Only the touch inside needed. Amazing chance. Open net, but too narrow of an angle. Got that contact in too late. Clipped off by the bar before it could ever see the line. Amazing effort. Nonetheless, can't take away much from that one. Just the fact that the finishing touch was pretty hopeless. Still a long game to go ahead. GELEPHU Academy now in possession. Help coming in slow but steady. Susmita back, but that pass will go down the middle. Sent off strong there by Fatu. Fati. Carry Jallo looking for Kelsa sitting. Still carry. Kelsa sitting. Flag up again on PARO Women's. Chance now. Udekoli. Now up front, carry Chalo. Sends it right to Sonambumju again. A lot of misses. And otherwise surefire situations, but they already have 2 goals up. Are 2 goals up. And given the amount of chances they are getting, pretty sure these efforts will go in sometime soon at least. So hopes up for that still, as less than 10 minutes remain until the end of the first half. Renuka, clean touch, keeping that ball under control. Had a lot of pace, but kept it motionless at the end of that one. And now GELEPHU Academy through Pemadekar. Had the vision to send it in. Mary may have taken it a bit risky. Just lucky there was a deflection there. Back out to Sonambumju. Now to Tringham. Clean angle to get a pass in, but that touch right towards the defender. Zara Limbo closing in. Fortunate enough to get that ball coming her way off of the touch. Sonambumju put to the test again. Sangewangmo. Last time around versus Transport United was the lady that had both of their goals against Transport United's 4. Close goal in that one. But just only goes to show the promise these kids have. GELEPHU Academy in midfield, a lot of space down on that flank if they can find an angle through to Tringlamo. But will decide to try their luck down midfield. Fati was just waiting to devour that possession hole. Keza sitting now on that right, looking for help, able to get a fortunate deflection north. Way too tight on that defensive assignment. Does give her the benefit of the doubt. And now Wude Koli up front towards Halima Dahaba, but flagged offside again. Less than 5 minutes remain. PARO FC women still up 2. Sonambumju Decker down the middle, lets it roll. PARO FC sends it right back out. The Gambian versus the youngster. It is GELEPHU Academy who is able to get the touch in, gets the swing, forcing that dribble towards her down teammate, and now both of them down at the same place. But with that one, does seem like PARO FC women's will require medical attention. Gadi Jallo does seem to be back on their feet. And now through Mary Gomez, PARO FC women's will get the restart. Solid run in. GELEPHU, however, able to get a clean foot in that one. Amazing defense. The possession is still back out the other way towards PARO FC women's. Renuka Nagarkote down the middle, but Saddam Bumchu able to get to it first before the Gambians. Ude Kohli right up in front, just not able to get enough speed in to get properly tested. And now back the other way, Fatu Fati. Somchonen making that first line of defense look quite promising, but PARO women's have found an easy breach. Trying again right down the middle. May not be a lane they want to test again and again, because right down the middle of Fatu Fati and Sangetema is a funnel that only awaits trouble. You may want to get it more down the sides, where you isolate either of the two centered defenders. Chance. Gary. Right towards the goalkeeper again from Ude Kohli. Amazing effort from Saddam Bumchu. Not quite sure if she was watching Martinez's performance yesterday during the finals, but she does seem like she is on proper fire. At this point, if the scoreline continues on in the second half with the same efforts from GELEPHU Academy, PARO FC for sure confirmed. Right now they sit on the cusp. They are promoted nonetheless, even if they lose, I think. As long as the rest of the matchups favor their fortune. But with the win here, they will jump up over to 4th place. Also depending on the matchups later on and tomorrow as well. Mary Gomez. Sangidema and Fatu Fati available as options. Decided to send it right through to Pema Decker. But fortunate for Paro, she is unable to get a solid touch in. Saralimbu. Solid move gets her past her first defender, but that left foot just unable to connect. With Gary Jallo in the middle. Bumjo. Uday. Now out to Keza Tsering. Help coming in. Keza Tsering. Just an unfortunate swerve that sent it far out and wide. An amazing chance prior to everything that happened. In the end, Gary Jallo. 4 more minutes of additional time, maybe just enough for GELEPHU Academy to mount a promising one over on the other end. Chorten, despite the pace she has, not quite able to get to that ball. Now back out to Paro. Sangidema has Fatu dropping in, will use the help from her captain Pemachoki. Sangidema still left foot, just able to graze it past the 2 academy players, waiting. Will not last for long. Pema Yurin unable to find a clean up. And with that, we come to the close of the first half. PARO FC Women's up 2 against GELEPHU Academy under 20, who despite so many promising possessions have not been able to score even one. PARO FC on the other end thrown away so many chances that would have surely been goals. But it is what it is. This is the game of football. Sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. As long as the outcome is still a victory in the end. But for now, for PARO FC Women's is the case. It will be interesting to see what changes both teams make going forward. But until the restart, also not quite sure how much of the audience you can hear, but we do have a very supportive crowd here piling up, enjoying the games here for the academy and the PARO side. But until then, this was your commentator Ogentesh Doji. See you guys when we are back in action in the second half.
Lah? October television 이철전 상담은 막 맞은 집이고
제 WhatsApp के इन प्लेन अंचल मना वो जो था
प्लेन यानी
हेलो भाई कलिंग में शो मना
짜짜짜 얘도 나오네
वो बच्चा 뭐 करा भाई प्लेन अंचल मना
하우스야
ये क्या मना चे
인계를 만나지
वो जो था दिन का
뭐야? 차가 없지. 안 주집에 주니 뭐? 남의 집에 차버려.
jangan the ball jaman om di gym ko tin ha ni pun dar ma che ko pa ara ta
오늘 아이 빛나니 아이 빛재매
ah ne ra chu
아이 빛 개묘와 배와 만나 하우스야
wo jo ni ni ne para jangan om di gym ko tin ni ni ka je ni man chu what did you kare ka ta mo dum bakti
까티치 까티치 신내나
chita
kata ini nama kamu apa ini sesungguhnya
Oni ka da mo system man ka wo ni bi zai mi shan kala ni hama da mo de ka te so wa ding dang cho ko ba cho ko ko so pro ga te jam
mana nama kamu apa ini
ai ga te de ke po nya un nam zat par ko jam jam cho hama mo cho lo nya pe na nya ma ko ma cho la tan ni ga hama cho la sar ke ba lam mo ni ga chama mo lam lo mo pro ke lam de cha na ke po nya cho ka na lo nya sim ba ni ko ba ga la mo nya hon na ma pro che che so na ke
asa dashi 살바라며 자기 다 살았고 원래 가서 살란 얘기가 그 좀 갖고 얘기가 누가 저기 와서 다시 동타 하면 남자가 다 봐.
오늘가 하니까 언제 자라 때문에 문제 좀 하려고 용프로만 이제 상관없다. 이거 나 이제 라고.
Ông group na naman nila ang tamo. Betul lah. Tapi dia macam gede macam ni lah. Dia ni sih kalau.
함짝 쇼소주? 나? 한국에 달라고 그러고.
Dia cuma gila sana. Mira.
Namdemeli de Molla abi. Hadi aşında şunu da margarin diyorlar. Aha zaten de kurarım kalacak yine.
Gözden çaktar mı kızım?
Ladies and gentlemen, Kazangpo, and welcome back to the second half. Here at Chang Limitang between PARO FC Women's and GELEPHU Academy Under 20. Right now, PARO FC lead by 2 to no answer from GELEPHU Academy. A lot of chances created from the side of the youngsters, but still being denied time and time again. Their issue right now, not getting that much help up front. It is becoming a 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3 if the goalkeeper is included. Situation time and time again, which they may want to avoid going forward. On the other end, for PARO, a lot of chances missed for a lot of personnel. Keza Tsering, Uday Kohli, Halima Dahaba, Kari Jallow, you name it. A lot of misses from the entirety of that forward lineup from PARO FC. Otherwise, playing much better compared to their first game, at least. A context before going into this match as to the new signings. Last time around, they did make the debut of their 4 new Gambians and the 2 Nepali players, Sarulimbu and Renuka. The 4 that debuted last time was Mary Gomez, Fatu Fati, Halima Dahaba and Kari Jallow. And this time with the addition of their newest Gambian, number 12 Uday Kohli, who had the second goal for this match, in fact, back in the 27th minute. They do seem to be a much more promising team than last time around. The only thing right now missing from their resume going forward are the goals that they are carelessly throwing around time and time again. Halima waiting for a pass down that left flank, never comes, too congested. Halima, strong challenge there down on the flanks, but GELEPHU Academy still able to maintain possession. Sange, ambitious delivery towards Chorten. This time GELEPHU Academy able to connect. Taking on that assignment, however, is Sange Tema, who has been in form since the start of this campaign. Intimidate away, sent in a touch there, solid, but Mary Gomez able to clean it up without any problems whatsoever. Fatu Fati did well getting their team a chance at least, but now back with Sonam Bunchu, barely able to get that out of harm's way. Renuka, still Renuka. Fadi, Keza Tsering, a lot of runners inside the box if she needs help, but none of them manages to clip that ball. Also, with regards to PARO FC's signings, Masura Parvin is on the bench. I was trying to only clarify about the starting 11, but yeah, they also do have Masura Parvin on the bench. Was formerly a consistent starter alongside Sange Tema. But right now only coming off the bench, PARO FC doing well, defending that off, blocking any chance to get even a sniff of that ball. Back to Mary Gomez it is. Chance. One-on-one against Sonam Bumchu, able to pick it up. That shot went in, but despite the save, just had enough power to force its way in.
Keeper ki gamchi se PARO mindi da jab academy di semarang weh.
Cathy Jallo, first for this match as PARO FC now go up by a clean 3.
Gara lang pa chudi lo male. Mina lo.
GELEPHU Academy has done well in their defense, has done well in their efforts, their goalkeeper especially. A lot of saves to her name already. So a bright spark going into this match, as not all hope has been extinguished yet. May want to take the opportunities in the gaps that are falling in that backline for PARO Women's. Sange. Bemachoki barely gets it off towards Limbu. Sangidema clears it off long. Up front, posted up Uday Koli. Halima making that overlap, but no space on that turnaround. Amazing effort from the youngsters. Nimongmo was brought in, holding down the fort on that right flank, right alongside Captain Solam Charan. Blazing past the defenders with absolute authority, unable to cap it off with a decent cross-in. But still, chance alive. That touch sent towards a defender whom she never saw coming. Back out, Mary Gomez. Sangateba. Pamachoki has Halima committing to that run down on that left line, hugging the line at this point, but even faster is Sonam Chorin. But somehow Halima still able to come out with possession, closing down Uday Koli. Only 3 goals the margin to beat right now, GELEPHU Academy. If they play their cards right, if they hold their breath and do not waste the chances as they have done so, may get a couple of clean looks that may put the pressure back on PARO Women's, who right now, despite their many misses, are simply cruising through. Solid opportunity, Mary Gomez off her line, but flag was up on that run-in from Tsering Lamo. Amazing vision at least to see the space to get that ball in. Just unfortunate for the Academy girls, but have to respect the ambition. As long as they keep trying, eventually they will catch PARO Women's off guard. Once and once is all they need. Mary Gomez. Renuka Nagarkote trying to drive it in. GELEPHU Academy. Deflection on that clearance. Uday Koli unable to beat Sonam Chorin in the air again. Despite their difference in sheer stature, not limiting GELEPHU Academy's captain whatsoever. Chorten, typically one of the most electrifying performers from the side of GELEPHU Academy. Her explosiveness down on the right, giving plenty of defenders trouble. But right now, GELEPHU Academy just unable to find the formula to get her unleashed. Tsering Hamo had a lane down the middle. Fatu Fati did well getting a foot in, but it is still GELEPHU Academy's possession. Pimadekar. Sangedema forcing that retreat from GELEPHU. May want a bit more teammates involved. A bit more numbers up front may help, but that shot! Decent effort, just ended up going straight towards the goalkeeper. GELEPHU Academy do get that ricochet back over into PARO FC's half. Challenge coming in strong. PARO forced to send it out. Uday Kohli found the angle at least past the centre backs, but just unable to time it towards a teammate. That hustle will get them another opportunity. Kelsa sitting, deflected off by a defender. And now for the cleanup. Nyima Wangmo, amazing job. Sending it right back out. Thought PARO had an opportunity, unveiling itself up in front. They are on side. Tsering Hamo just hesitated. Looked in front of the defenders up in front of her. Thought she was on side. Was tracking back. Failed to turn her head around, where Sange was way past where she was. Pemachuki. Kadi Jalo back over. Fatu Fati. Pemayudin. Sarulimbu up in front. Sonam Bumchu waiting. Sends it out long again. Sarulimbu unable to hold her authority down. As GELEPHU Academy doing a wonderful job closing in. And will get possession back. Again, this is, for context, GELEPHU Academy under 20, the youth side of the Dragon Ladies, and fully local as well, all Bhutanese players. And right now going up against a stacked PARO FC, PARO Women's FC. Well, they are doing an amazing job. As Sonam Bumchu again timely intervention from the goalkeeper. Kadi Jalo hands possession over, throw in for GELEPHU Academy. Not quite sure what their advantage will take the form of. Amazing strike off of that one. The sheer quality in that effort, unlike the game we witnessed up until the 60-minute mark. Keza Tsering, PARO FC Women's top scorer, back in action today against GELEPHU Girls Academy. What a strike it was! Finally had one more fall in for PARO. All the way from the edge of the box. And just the right technique to give that ball the elevation it needed to go right off the crossbar and back in past Sonam Pumchu. Amazing quality in that strike, but right now Kari Jallo for PARO down for the second time in this match. Kari Jallo helped out to the sidelines, may be good enough to get back in. Earlier an issue with the left shoulder, this time her core where she is hurt. But it will be back out to Mary Gomez for yet another PARO possession. So far 1 hour of pretty much shared possessions both ways. GELEPHU Academy did get their fair chances. Their defensive efforts ended up amassing them a lot of touches inside PARO territory. This time will do so again. Sringlamo up front, a lot of help. But that pass set them back by quite a bit. Taking advantage, Bude Kohli, a lot of runners. Keza sitting on that right. They do have Halima all the way down on the wing as well, but went straight towards Sonam Pumchu. Fatu Fati. The weather has calmed down here over Changlemetang by quite a bit. Early on during their warm-ups and during the start of the first half, did have quite an intense shine over the stadium, and with the turf taking on all that heat, did even get a hydration break during that time. But now that no longer a concern, that being no longer a concern, PARO FC Women's playing to their fullest capacity, 4 goals up, hopefully lesser misses this time around. Saru Limbu. Kari Jallo, Renuka right down the middle, but will opt for Saru. Target was Renuka. Ended up going far out towards Chorten, and now GELEPHU Academy in possession. Kari Jallo, Hera clips it the other way, tries to flick it in. Halima waiting, Keza sitting, set back. But with that pass, the flag is up against PARO and their offense, as we have a substitution underway for GELEPHU Girls Academy. It is Somchorin being taken out, Uginwangmo being brought in. Chorten getting a clean dribble in, but Fatih extended at the right time. Got that stolen away from Chorten, and now Paro the other way. Only 6 to work with. It is up against a compacted backline there from GELEPHU Academy, which ends up working in their favor. Trying to get that pass up front, unable to do so, past Fatih, and now Sarulimbu. Uday Kohli getting their captain involved. An ambitious delivery towards that back line. Halima Zahaba had no chance. Pemachoki to restart again with that feint. Gets her past Ugin Wangmo. Sangedema. Halima. Pemachoki sets Halima. Quite nice, but Halima right now looking like she is being bothered by a troubling hamstring, given the way she is jogging around. Again, Sange. Were they able to keep it under control towards Renuka? Sangedema. Sun back up again, the stadium blocking most of it out, however. It is only towards the stands where we have the more intense part of the sun, but right as I said it, it is now back on the ground. GELEPHU Academy. Close call there, Mary Gomez with a slip, but somehow still able to get the recovery in. Shaky couple of seconds there for the Gambian goalkeeper, who is still down on the ground. Gets that ball out, but she may be injured. Bit of concern there, as we have a substitution coming in as well. Bemujudin is being taken out for Sherab Pelmo. Concerning stretch of time here for Paro. Hopefully their goalkeeper is okay. It was an unfortunate fumble there that almost got GELEPHU Academy. A decent chance right past Mary Gomez. But good signs for Paro FC going forward. Their goalkeeper back on her feet and looking solid. Fatih now in play. Paro gets a rushed one in. Seems like it is possession back for Paro. Despite that short bit of confusion. GELEPHU Academy looking for initiative. Pass Renuka. Able to get the whistle from the referee.
Number 7, Nuai.
GELEPHU Girls Academy now in a dangerous position to get many chances like this one. Right now they aren't losing in terms of physicality as well, which may be an advantage here in this option. May have had these scenarios tried and tested. What will they go on with? It is played short, but the touch a bit too hefty for their own liking, their own undoing at this point. As Paro find a clean outlet past that incoming press. Flag up again, Paro FC. A calm advance fought now. Paro. Breakthrough on the right. Has help. Shot goes in from way afar and no real threat there for Salam Bumcho. Shaky possession from GELEPHU Academy, able to retain possession somehow. Closing in quick is Paro. And a clean stretch pass. Again, one more still keeps Paro on hold of the ball. Sange trying to drive it in for Kezang to make a clean run down on that right, but will not go according to plan. We'll have to earn possession back first. GELEPHU Academy do lob it up high, which may be an easy pickup there. Yes, it is for Paro. And now back through to Mary Gomez. GELEPHU Academy chance to make a decent run in, but Fatu Fati too much pace there for that matchup against again. Mary Gomez simply baiting that charge in from again. No clear advantage for GELEPHU Academy. We'll have to find another answer for them to get there first, because right now Paro FC on track for a clean sheet. Quarter of an hour left. Uday Kohli up towards Halima Dahaba. Still Halima, one-on-one chance for 17. And it goes in. No mistakes with that final stretch of the dribble. Got her past the goalkeeper, got her past the defenders coming in. And she will be rewarded with her second for this match. GELEPHU Academy do well getting possession. Fati, PARO FC at the same time preparing a substitution from their side. Seems like Mary Gomez will be taken out before PARO take any further risks with their new Gambian goalkeeper. And with that, Mary Gomez is being taken out. Coming in is Dikcharai. Solid stretch so far in the first hour and a bit more for the Gambian goalkeeper. But Dikcha, no doubt with regards to her quality as well, should be smooth sailing. Not really many opportunities for PARO's goalkeeper to be tested till now here in this match versus GELEPHU Academy. That touch, Ude Kohli still manages to find an outlet. Halima Dahaba Keza sitting on the right. Halima right up in front of Bumcho, who does an amazing job with that one. Simply devoured that shot whole. Promising chance on the other end for GELEPHU Academy. Corner for GELEPHU Academy. Already had a set piece from much further in than that one. So not quite sure if they will get any opportunities to get their consolation going forward. Bit of intervention there from the referee. Delivery is low. But recovery is from Yimo Wangmo. Back out over to that right flank. Flank staying down. Pema Dekar. Fatu Fati sends it right back out. A clear denial. And now Sarah Limbo. Masterful bit of dribble there. Down the middle, Caddy now up front. Ude Kohli offside flag up against her again.
Only one.
Decent look on the other end. PARO steadily culminating their efforts towards Pumchu. May find yet another advantage, one away from making it half a dozen. PARO FC Women's now with the corner. Delivery is decent. Sompumcho able to get her hands on it first, however, still inside her box. GELEPHU Academy playing it up front to Ugiwangmo. much to go from that point on, but GELEPHU Academy do well, getting their help in, getting their numbers up. But it is PARO FC at the end of it. Unfortunately, GELEPHU possession drives it in. Only that touch remains, unable to guide it in past Pumchu. Couldn't have asked for a better opportunity than that one. PARO will continue on to hunt for their sixth. Pumchu involved up front. Fati making sure the path towards Diksha is secure. PARO. Keza Tsering unable to get a touch in past the youngsters. A bunch of substitutions being onboarded for PARO. May have to wait for a bit longer. GELEPHU Academy this time launching off a promising pass forward, but stolen off by Fati. PARO FC will get their substitutions in. Sarulimbu taken out, so has Gadi Jallo. Selden has come in, so has Anita Rai and Tashi going right in. It will be on the defensive end. Solid contact on that header, but clipped that way too under for it to be any sort of threat towards Diksha. Less than 5 minutes remain. GELEPHU Academy may want to exhaust all life they have here in the dying stretch of the match. With PARO bringing in a lot of players from the bench, this may be the best chance GELEPHU Academy has had all game. They did do well early on, even against PARO's new starting 11, but this time tested proper. That delivery carried a lot of threat with that one. Just lucky that they got an intervention in before it could fully mature. Kezat's hitting all the way up front. Challenge coming in heavy from behind. Pass on Ambomchu. And PARO FC Women's will climb up to 6. The second for Kezat's hitting. Took the entirety of 27 minutes to get her second from her first. And with that, GELEPHU Academy now properly far away from victory. PARO FC, this win pretty much in the back, will move up 3 more points, a more comfortable spot up in Tier 1. A hectic battle for possession in midfield, out of which PARO finds a couple of touches, but the whistle will stop them right in their tracks. GELEPHU Academy, Yima. Trying to get one down the middle, just enough hustle there to get it right back. Chorten on that right, cutting inside. Pemachoki able to find a foot. It barely managed to clear it out before it could properly mature. GELEPHU Academy looking promising, plenty of numbers up front to work with. Sange whips one in, gets past Dikta, who gets the read wrong. It will be a corner for GELEPHU Academy. Seconds away from the signal for additional time. Three more minutes of additional time until this match comes to a close, and it is GELEPHU Academy with a proper chance, a corner over from the left side. Looking to serve it in. Again, may find advantage. Sange as well. It is again at the end of it, a head up, but way too hard with that contact. Now the other way. GELEPHU Academy, the chance to close this out strong. Not quite sure where they was going, but it is towards Fatu Fati. With their colleague now off to the wing. Pimachaki getting involved up front in the build-up. Stolen off. Chance again. Keza sitting at the edge of the box. Lets one off, but blocked off. Follow up is right towards Sombumcho. PARO, a couple of mistakes here and there. GELEPHU Academy finding themselves in possession somehow. Fatu Fati able to send it off towards Wude Koli. And with that one, PARO officially secures the win with the whistle. GELEPHU Academy still in a pretty safe spot up in Tier 1. But this loss will be a hard pill to swallow, even against the second team that PARO put in. Somewhere in the second half, still a lot of difficulty. But a lot of work to do going forward for head coach Tankamaya. Otherwise, things looking pretty promising as PARO continues on to improve with their newly built roster. As the match ends, PARO FC Women 6, GELEPHU Academy under 20 at 0. We do have a match later on as well over for the POB Women's National League here at Chang Limitang. So, do keep tuning in for more matchups here in Tier 3 as we look to close off all competitions for the tier before we move on to Tier 2 and Tier 1. Until then, this was your commentator, Uginta Shitochi. See you guys in the next one.
Hello?